All right, guys. No updates from yesterday with just injuries. It's just still too early. We'll have more information for you guys later today. Updates on players who missed the game. Eric Armstead with his foot and knee, still in the same situation. We'll see how the rehab goes this week. Ross Welly, still coming back from his high ankle. Hope to get him back in practice this week, but we still got a big day for him tomorrow. Elijah Mitchell, he should be full go this week. Oren Burks, expecting to get him back in practice, and Juwan's still in the protocol. Go ahead, guys.
Kyle,
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I was just what's your approach this week, this late in the season, with a short week, going cross country? Is this even a more light week than usual?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much every Wednesday right now is walkthrough. Regardless, we started that 2 weeks ago. But yeah, with it being a late game last night and such a short week going across the country, I'm going to start a little bit later tomorrow. Let the guys sleep in just a little bit longer. Let us tidy up the game plan a little bit more before they get in, so we can have that extra morning. And we'll definitely won't do anything full speed and take that off the guys. So definitely have to do it this time of year.
Kyle, after sleeping on it and watching the film, what was most concerning or alarming to you about how you guys lost?
I don't know. I don't think anything was that dramatic the way that was asked. I think when you turn the ball over 5 times, that's usually what happens. So you can't have 5 turnovers and get none, and you can't have over 100 yards in penalties.
Kyle, last night after the game, Brock Purdy talked about how it's difficult for him to take a punt instead of trying to make a play. How do you find the balance when you're talking to him about, trying to make a big play, but also then, saying, okay, it's okay for me to throw the ball away and then take a punt?
I mean, that's something you talk about with quarterbacks all the time. Brock, he's been one of the better ones I've ever been around at when to take the big play and when to check it down. And that he made one real bad decision on that last night.
You said last night about the nature of stingers that it's not automatic, obviously. I think Jaquaski Tartt had some bad ones in 2018, but is there any way to gauge that with Brock and his reaction to it, since you said he never had one before Arizona?
Yeah, just watching him, how he was that week, and then just being able to hear how he was today and talk to him last night after the game, I think he's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to bother him too. I mean, I know I don't want to take away from sure it's a pain for him, and but in overall things, I think he's going to be fine for us this week.
Kyle,
when you
went to
go ahead, Eric.
Okay, thanks. Your guys' arrangement at nickel corner with Lenore coming inside and then Ambry playing outside. Is there some level of, I guess, dissatisfaction with how that's been going?
No, we like how it's been going.
Okay, I guess I'm indirectly asking about Verrett playing slot. Is that just because you think he could provide an upgrade?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different schematic things, how you use receivers in different situations. Some guys run different routes better than others. Some guys have certain attributes that we like. We get to see a lot of here in practice, and we want to know what options we can have for certain packages and things like that. So the plan going into that game, we always dress 5 DBs, and we ended up dressing JB over Sammy. And we wanted to get him in there, start experimenting with a couple things, and we planned on it being real short. I know our goal in the game was 48 plays. I think he ended up getting 5. So just a part of some schematic things to know our options for the future.
Ambry Thomas does have to miss some time. Who would be the third cornerback in that rotation?
Well, that's something that we did decide here throughout the week, see how practice goes and everything. But I thought Luter stepped in and did a good job last night. It was good to see JB back out on the field for the first time in 2 years, to get his feet wet a little bit. We also have Sammy, who's played in that role also. So we got a number of options.
Paul, Jason was at least from the press box, looked like he was clearly upset with giving up that touchdown and took a seat on the water cooler. And then he wasn't in there the next time you guys went into nickel. What was going on with him, and I guess what's his status?
That was the plan, just to get him 48 plays going in. I didn't see I didn't know his body language or anything after that. I never saw him or talked to him, so I wouldn't look too much into that. I didn't hear anything about that, but that was just really the plan with it, and we'll see what it is going forward.
When you looked at the film of Brock Purdy's interceptions, did you kind of see where he was thinking he could go with the ball and I don't know, I guess understand what he saw?
On the first one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I get what he saw. There was some space that flashed, and he just reacted and let it rip. He was probably feeling pretty good after the first few plays and thought he could squeeze it in there, but he can't verse that coverage. So that was the wrong decision. And, just looking into all the others were real unfortunate plays. We were in a run play that they got us on the corner blitz, and he had a way to get out of it, but he had to throw it over that guy, and the guy made a hell of a play jumping and tipping it, and the other corner on the backside ended up getting the tip and picking it. The next one was a scramble on 3rd and 7 where really threw a 50-50 ball to George, and 14 did a hell of a job getting his hand in there and tipping it up in the air, and he got another tip. And the one in the third quarter, he made the right read. The Mike linebacker got under a route by Ayuk, so he went to his check down, which was the right decision, but he was getting hit as he threw right on his right arm, and the ball bounced up in there and got a pick. So it was less and more about Brock's interceptions. It was after that, and then we were just in a tough situation after that, being down, and the play wasn't great as a whole for an offense after that.
Kyle, what do you think missing Juwan Jennings impacts your offense? Because especially against a team like the Ravens, it seems like he can provide that kind of physicality. And some of the underneath routes that, I don't know, it seemed like whether it was the other receivers that you guys had, what does Jennings provide for your offense?
Yeah, that was a big one for Juwan to be out on, just the matchup stuff. And, he's always such a big factor for us, whether he gets the ball or not. He's great when he does get the ball, and when he doesn't, he's such a good blocker. And also the style of the team we were playing against, just from the physical matchups. It would have been great to have him, but, obviously that's not an option with him being in the protocol and everything. So hopefully it'll go better for him this week, but, we always want Juwan out there. He's a hell of a player.
Take a couple more.
Will you look at Brandon Ayuk more as a punt return option after Ronnie Bell seems to have had trouble these last 3 games?
Yeah, we got a few guys who can do it. Juice is very good at catching them. He's a very reliable guy, so we could always put him back there. Always can make a decision with Christian if we wanted to. So, and BA's got some experience with it. So that was a bad miss that Ronnie had. That was just a lack of concentration. The other ones he got under, the other, I think, 2, and did a good job. But, yeah, we can't have him do that. So he's got to be better in that area.
Wait, one more.
Nick Bosa said after the game that they saw different play from Lamar Jackson than they had seen previously on the film, that he wasn't going through his reads as much. He was kind of taking the quick out. Did you see that from him as well?
Yeah, he picks and chooses when to do it and when not to, and he is very effective in the pocket, and he's obviously extremely scary when he gets out of the pocket. So he's probably stayed in there a little bit more this year compared to some in last year's, but he definitely has his times in every game where he decides to do what he does, and it seemed like he did do that a little bit more last night, which is one of the toughest things about stopping him.
I just have one more question, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Kyle, was this loss a reality check for your team, or was it just one of those things?
It was just a loss. You play a good team, and you have 5 turnovers, and you have all those penalties. Makes it tough to win. Like how our guys fought at the end. Wish we could have scored on that last drive and getting that sack there. Thought it would have been great to attempt an onside kick with 3 timeouts and have a chance to go in and try to tie it up. But it was when you play a little sloppy with those turnovers and penalties, and you're going against a good team, it makes it tough to win.